Yeah, that's. I'll actually frame. Then I don't do the setting. I don't do the setup. We don't know yesterday. We come to me yesterday. Again. And you still charge the frame is small. Then this I don't set them back. Don't work with that.
Sure. I'll send that.
Stand by.
So the interview woman. Yeah, woman. Look at her. That's an enforce the top. They left to speak for me. I interview. Good morning from Government Wharf in the central or West 1 of Freetown. It is not far off from the Freetown Cotton Tree, and it's not far, it is just looking the Freetown Administrative Complex. From where I'm standing, I can see right at the rooftop of this Freetown Administrative Complex, and it's the administrative area, most parts of the administrative offices of this country where they are located. Well, just behind me is the Sierra Leone Maritime Administration. So you see how important this area, this vicinity is to Freetown. But 2 weeks ago, there was a fire outbreak, a fire incident or fire accident that occurred here. So we're here to look at precisely the strength and or breaking point of what many could refer to as a slum community. This could be one, perhaps. But let me talk to one or two people around, and this man just by my side is Yura Conte, and he's a slum dweller. He runs or works for an organization that advocates for slum dwellers or around slum communities. Yura Conte, good morning and welcome to the Good Morning Sierra Leone program on the SLBC.
Good morning and welcome to everybody watching.
Would you refer to this community as a slum, in your estimation?
Yes, we refer this community as slum, and generally when you say slum, it doesn't mean of high-rise buildings, but you look at the locations where people live and the kind of houses you see around them, That's how we assess slum communities, not about the high rising. But if you look at this particular one, you can see there was no perfect structures in this particular place. We are so shut houses. So at the end of the day, it's part of our government WAF slum community, even though it's not right down at the sea coast, but because of the vicinity and the environment, we class them to be an informal settlement with the slum communities, where the population is being calculated with the slum communities of government WAF.
2 weeks ago, this place got burnt down, and most structures here were razed to the ground. But not all of them. The mosque was left out of the flames and the inferno. And this sort of structure, a solid one, however, it's a powerhouse which supplies electricity to the nearby community and the offices, government offices alike, around this area. You see the cables and the poles, they were not affected or not affected badly. But people lived here. There were dwelling houses here. People resided here permanently. And there were shops too that were being run at this very government WAF area. But how much cost will the inferno be estimated at? Let me see if I'll be able to talk to one of the people who resided here. Madam, please, good morning. Welcome to the Good Morning Sierra Leone program. How are you doing so far? I understand you were affected by the fire. What's your name?
Yes, sir. Mimi Jones, sir.
The name again?
Mimi Jones.
Mimi Jones.
Yes, sir.
Are you a resident here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Feel free to speak Creole, whatever language you want to speak. Were you part of the residents here?
Yes, sir.
For how long have you been here?
I don't think I am born me. I don't big, so I don't see.
And how old are you right now?
I'm 38 years, sir.
So you've lived here for like 38 years?
Yes, sir.
And you resided here permanently?
Yes, sir.
Your house got burnt?
Yes.
How many rooms?
7 rooms, sir.
7 rooms?
Yes.
How many of you lived in that 7 rooms?
We 8, sir. We 8. Now we 8 live inside there because the one room, now me picking did. So the other room there now, now my mama, my sister, my brother then did it.
How many of your neighbors got affected?
Well, then we get affected because all side and get affected. I mean, anybody. Then Boku, I don't go know them count.
Would you say they are up to 10 or more than 10?
In past 10.
So they permanently resided here?
Yes, sir. Now we all day. But for all these fires will take place now, they can't take we name them, they can't register we for more than can't take so no see nobody. Nobody not get on to we, they not talk to we nothing. We just didn't know.
What actually caused the fire, would you want to say?
Oh, but no. They come here, sit down before we host. They begin all say fire. It's all grab now the fire don't scatter. So no what it caused the fire. Me I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much for speaking to us. Let me turn back to Irakonte on this. You've seen the magnitude of how slum exists or how slum continue to pose whether strength or such is the situation around people conditions or situations.
Yes, because we all know that is an archaic thing now for us in Sierra Leone. Those that are living in an informal settlement are not being considered in anything the central government is doing. So they only consider our vote, but our voice is not count. And the responsibility of those people are not in the hands of central governments. We do things on our own, as we can see.
But they have options.
Yeah, they have options to do, but I think they prefer to do what they want to do, but not to satisfy the people that are living in an informal settlement. Because we are all paying tax. We are all doing the same thing that the government is doing. We are giving revenue to government because we are part and parcel of the city. If you watch this particular place, it's right at the center of the city. But because of how they've already neglected us, that's why you see short things are happening. Because if the government is working in line with the slum dwellers, our voice has been heard, we'll be going around to see what will happen. That's why we say take the slum from the people and not the people from the slum.
In this situation, how do you take the slum from the people?
You have to come and see how best we can restructure those places. We've been saying this time without number. Let's see how best we can come with a locust housing. This is where central government should come in with low-cost housing, build a perfect house for people. Some of these areas where residents, they don't give us document because they say it's an informal settlements. But when you go to other countries, you can see the informal settlements, you can see the seaside. It's a very rich place where you can see high-rise building. But for us in Africa, Sierra Leone to be specific, they're not considering us. We want to see how
should we continue such trend in the central of the city, especially which is expected to be beautified, attract some solid international beauty?
We don't want to consider this. We don't want to continue this. That's why, as a slum dwellers, we have a force because we have 35% of the population in Freetown. We know they need us, and we also need them. But because they are neglecting us now, we too have also taken our stand to see how best we can come up with resolutions that they too follow. Like the Freetown City Council is now doing a slum regeneration test in 2 communities, Kokulbe and Collect Town. Let's see how that will come up. With that, then we can follow the trend in that particular one. Governments have the responsibility for people in the country, and they have to make sure they give us what we want and what we need based on the Constitution.
Thank you very much, Ira Conte, for speaking to us. But let me find out from 1 or 2 more people how badly or significantly they have been affected. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I wish I'm as fine as you, but thank God, however. What's your name?
Ibrahim Kabu.
Did you own a shop here or a house?
Well,
feel free to speak Creole.
Yes, yes.
Or you want to talk Creole to you, not seminar with man. So you get shop here?
Well, all the victims they will don't become affected. Now people and also we don't undergo very big loss.
How many houses will be there altogether?
Well, the houses that will be there.
I mean households.
Well, the households there, let me see. You know, go 10, but people in the way they reside there because a major of people there, some of them are businessmen there, where they go out and come in, but the freezers they all there, they had to deal with their family them. That from there they able to take care of their families them and other things them. But since this thing don't happen, we expect say government for don't come to aid because right now Sweden.
So what you not don't do for ourselves first?
Well, presently we're not getting any sign now we will see now for start because people just lost focus. They don't know where to start because some of them get picking where they come up with they go school and some of them don't lost them. And since this is happening, even for them afford for them picking and go school, they're not able to provide. So they look up to government for the government able to assist them. At least they're so able for push up because anything much amount you must get outside the start. Government will able to help them 100% of their problem.
Anybody been died in this fire?
Yes, we lost one of we colleague. We the one big man. We now we own brother. We there around.
How we die?
Well,
maybe they sleep.
Ain't not be they sleep. Ain't be they out because of that man who say now out of a money. That money na in sustain more man. It be they out. But it coming now for can take a money out of the fire because you say you know go pull nothing again. Now just a money go for now so enable make up for like out again.
So now that one report the 9 die. Anybody sustain serious injury, burn or whatever?
Well, no, we're not going to know that person goes this born at the fire or any other thing. So we try to Papa government do a let try for come up to aid because even then people are now not able to start.
Okay, all right.
Not able to start. So they look up to Papa government, let them find solution to this problem. But evidence starts for we go able to continue that the balance outside left.
All right, thank you very much. And this is all we could bring you from this government welfare area where an inferno engulfed, like they have said to us, about 10 houses or close to 10 households here 2 weeks ago in the west of Freetown, just near the administrative buildings, prominent administrative complexes of the city and out of the country. So we'll be taking you to another disaster area, well, possibly with time. 1 month down the line, you'll recall the explosion at Wellington PMB. Follow the SLBC's Good Morning Sierra Leone program. We'll be taking you to places and to sites and issues worth discussing. For now, on behalf of the rest of my team, Joseph Kagbo, who has been behind the camera, Alexis, my technician and driver for the Sila, will join the studios back at New Englandville.
We're not seeing it. We're not seeing it.